What's going on, guys? If you could do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, the share button. I sure appreciate it. And hit that notification bell down at the bottom if you don't mind. And feel free to leave comments. I sure appreciate it once again. Can we get rid of this so-called basketball coach, Tom Crean? This guy is the worst basketball coach I've ever seen. You are playing a team in George Mason and they're beating you 19-9 as of right now. This guy's coaching ability is embarrassing. I've never seen a coach the way he does. He can't recruit. He can't develop players. I mean, this whole coaching staff, you can't even hardly watch a basketball game because it gets too embarrassing and too pitiful to watch. You had your whole team from last year quit on you, transferred out. The whole team. Maybe except for one or two guys. This guy cannot coach basketball. And it's time for Georgia to move on from Tom Crean and let a different coach, assistant coach the rest of the season. Because I can tell you, the teams that you've lost to or even struggled to win, wait until he gets in the SEC conference games. You're not going to win once you step into the conference games. This guy is pitiful. And it's like I said, you can't even watch a basketball game of Georgia because it's embarrassing watching how these players play. And all this guy does, and this is what gets me. All this guy does is walk up and down the court holding a folded piece of paper, and every now and then he opens it up and looks at it. He gets him a drink of his Diet Coke or bottle of water. Like I said, your whole team transferred on you. And then he turns around and he goes to the transfer portal and brings all these kids in from transferring that transferred out from other schools. Tom Crean is a joke as a basketball player. Or, excuse me, he probably didn't even play basketball, but he's a joke as a basketball coach. It's like I said, I've never seen a coach this terrible. This guy needs to go right now. He needs to pack his bags and head out of Athens. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happened in the middle of conference play. Because I can tell you the way this team plays, they're not winning in the conference. This guy's unbelievable. The, you let your best point guard go in Wheeler. You couldn't keep Anthony Edwards there for another year. He leaves to go to the NBA draft. And of course, he's drafted first pick of the NBA draft last year to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I can tell you one thing. He might think he developed Anthony Edwards to get him to the NBA, but Anthony Edwards was already a dang good basketball player. It's ridiculous. You see these lower level coaches that can coach, and Tom Crean looks pitiful coaching against these other coaches. They're out coaching him. And you expect a team like Georgia should be able to come into a basketball game and dominate these lower tier teams, and yet they're getting outplayed. This guy needs to go. And you see basketball coaches let go during the season, middle of the season. It's time he needs to be let go, either now or during the middle of the season, and start focusing and looking for a different coach to bring in that can actually coach these players, develop these players, and recruit the right players for how you want to run your system. They hired this guy out of retirement. Tom Crean was retired from coaching. So he wants to come out of retirement to coach the University of Georgia basketball team. And he's not impressive at all. That's probably why they let him go while he was at Indiana University. Because he can't coach. This guy cannot win games. You lose to Georgia Tech. Who else did he lose to? Cincinnati. And now you're losing to George Mason. Don't turn your TV on and try to watch a Georgia basketball game. It irritates you and upsets you and makes you mad trying to watch a game and just watch him pace up and down the side of the court holding a piece of paper. All your players transferred out last year because they didn't want to play for you, and they realized you wasn't a true basketball coach. Embarrassing. I mean, where does this guy get his coaching style from? I mean, it's like he's coaching a elementary basketball team or or a high school basketball team. And these kids that actually come and want to be coached by him think they're actually going to get developed and go to the next, go on to go to the NBA. I feel sorry for you. This guy is embarrassing to be even coaching UGA basketball. I mean, I don't understand how you're losing to George Mason right now. I mean, like I said, you see these other coaches getting fired either the beginning of the season or middle through the season because they're not performing to their coaching ability and up to their coaching standard. Why hadn't UGA figured this out yet, that he's not the coach for this program? You would think that they would get tired of seeing this coach and lose games. It is time for a new coach. And what gets me is these announcers brag about him and talk about how good of a coach he is. What he did for this program. What he's doing for the Georgia basketball program. He's done nothing but lose games. Personally, I wouldn't want a coach like that. I would want a winning coach. A coach that can actually win games and get me to tournaments. To get me to the championship games. This man has been here or been there for what, 3 years now? And has done nothing to show that he can get this team to the next level, to where these players want to go. Georgia basketball is, like I said, it's hard to watch. You're what? You've won 2 games. Maybe 1. You've won 2 games. And you're getting ready to go into conference play. You're not winning a conference game. And it's like I said, it is time for Georgia to let this man walk and bring in a coach who can actually win games and get these kids to where they want to go. Because Tom Crean isn't the answer. Y'all do me a favor, leave comments down below, and I'll get to them as I see them. I appreciate y'all watching my video. I'm a Dog fan. Win, lose, or tie, till the day I die. Go Dogs.